Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I am bringing you episode number 10 of our Journeyman Career Mode. As you know, we are in Brazil. We are with Bahia, who is a fantastic side. Really enjoying using Bahia, and today we're going to have a nice, chilled, methodical episode. Nothing fancy in the background, no GTA added on, no training games. Just a really good, solid commentary to go with the episode. That's my intention anyway, so hopefully you enjoy this episode, and it'll make a nice little change. So, Santos. What a team to be coming up against. A fantastic side, full of flair, full of pace, and full of lots of ability. And I've got to say, the last few episodes, we've been playing so badly. We haven't been taking our chances. In some games and cases, we haven't made any bloody chances, which is beyond annoying. As you saw there, William breaking down that left-hand side. He has got pace to burn, which is very important. If he gets away from a defender or a midfielder, he is gone. Well and truly gone. As you saw there, Santos had a nice volley, but you need to be a little bit more spectacular to beat our goalkeeper from that sort of range. But Gabriel picks the ball up in the 36th minute, beats the defender, centre-back, plays the ball into Wallyson. Wallyson onto his right foot, and Wallyson does what he does best. Slots the ball home on the 37th minute to match his wonderful number 37 shirt. What an absolutely crucial and very important goal leading up to half-time. Gabriel going with a long clearance there, and referee blew the half-time whistle, and we were leading 1-0, which is a nice position to be in. It's been really tough over the last few episodes, I've got to say. The boys have dug in deep, and it has been really, really difficult. I had to take Gabriel off because he's picked up a slight knock, so I brought on a bit more of a sturdier player who's got a little bit more strength in the hope that we could try and find a second goal, and a killer second goal to kill Santos off. But Santos came out like a house on fire, like a team possessed by demons. They were after a goal. They wanted a goal, and we had to dig in deep. We really had to play our absolute best. Defended to the hill. It was some amazing defending. We were so lucky not to concede. We defended with intelligence. We did get one great opportunity. The ball over the top. Look at Anderson pressing that fullback. Gets the opportunity, and unfortunately he puts it just wide of the post, which was really frustrating. And in the final few moments of the game, William breaking down that left hand side yet again, goes for the cross. Fortunately the fullback for Santos picks the ball up, and they start to bring the ball away as the referee blows the full-time whistle, and we take away 3 glorious and much needed and required points. It was absolutely fantastic. So chuffed. So we're going to move on to a squad report. We haven't done a squad report for a little while, so I thought it'd be quite cool to do a squad report. Marcelo Lomba has been fantastic in goal. Hasn't really made too many errors for me. Maybe one in the course of 17, 18, 19 games, whatever it is. Maybe just one error. Donato has been absolute sensation. I know his statistics look pretty damn awful, but he's been fantastic. Come up at big goals, at big corners, at big times. Toro has been brilliant. I love his statistics. He's struggling to get in the side because we have so much competitiveness in that midfield area. And I'm just surprised at how slow some of the growth has been. Gabriel has been an absolute revelation. As we know, I have a love affair with this man. Wallyson is a god. He is an absolute god. I am loving, I am adoring, and I just enjoy using him. Not only on Ultimate Team, but in career mode. He is a sensation. He's a revelation. He is, oh my god, he is. Yes, he is. You know what he is. Biblical. He is biblical. Absolutely biblical. So I'm really chuffed with the way the team's doing. I am just surprised at how slowly players are going up. I'm hoping that players, perhaps in the mid to late end of the season will start increasing at a rapid rate. I'm hoping Wallyson keeps up the form but doesn't increase too much, because when I do move club, which we all know I am going to move club, hence it's a journeyman career mode, I really want to take Wallyson with me. He is a player that I am enjoying so much. He just offers so much for me personally. His movement, his ability, his finishing, it is just an absolute revelation. And as you can see from this game, we have a nice early start, trying to get the cross in. Nothing comes for it. We go from the pop shot from about 35 yards. It's blocked, which is a great shame. But I've got to say, Atletico, is it Mineiro, are an absolute sensational side. What players they have, what ability they have in their ranks. Obviously, Joe up front. A very mobile forward I found him to be, and a very strong forward. Of course, there's a lot of problems, I must say. He was really, he took me by surprise, his strength. I didn't expect him to be so physically strong, but he was holding off Titi really, really well. I do call him Titi. I know it's not his name, but I call him Titty. It's that simple. Anyway, we went in at half-time and it was a 0-0 scoreline. And I've got to say, I felt very positive. Very, very positive about the scoreline. Because picking up 3 points against Santos, a home game against Mineiro, getting a point would be absolutely brilliant, I personally feel. As you saw, I did take Wallyson off. He picked up a slight knock. His energy levels were down, so I didn't want to overplay him by any stretch of the imagination. Wanted him to have a bit of a rest. But look at the way we're taking it on the chin. Absolutely unbelievable. The opponents, Mineiro, are firing on all cylinders, trying to create as much as they physically can. This is a fantastic save. Joe going for that little cheeky chip over the keeper, and thankfully it did not come off. Our keeper was well and truly up for the challenge. We take the throw in, and the referee does unfortunately blow the full-time whistle. Not the most exciting of games that you'll ever see on a career mode, but it's one of those games where you have to dig deep and you have to do the nitty-gritty and the dirty work to take a point, and I'm very proud to have taken that point. So we're going to now move on and have a look at the table. A lot of people want to have a look at the table. This is the current table. As you know, our parameters is to finish mid-table. We are in 11th position. That is mid-table. Job done. But we're still in a shout with moving up the table. You know, if we could get a bit of a run going, pick up some points here and there, we should be able to move up the table. Obviously, it would be easier if we didn't have to play teams like Corinthians, and they've got Alexander Pato up front, and we all love and adore Pato. What a fantastic professional player he is. What a fantastic talent the lad is. He is absolutely a sensational player, a player that I've admired over the years, to say the least. It's a shame that he's been injury prone, because I think he would have been an absolute huge revelation in Europe if he was injury free, more than what he was, because I considered his time in Europe to be fantastic. The goals he scored were sensational, but if he could have kept injury free, wow, who knows where he could have been playing. I mean, he'd done a great job at Milan, but he's back in Brazil, and he's doing very well. He's such a talent. So he's the one player that we've got to look to silence. Absolutely silence. And you will see the formation I am adopting. Yes, a 4-3-3. More like a 4-1-2-1 type of formation, because I'm playing the 4-3-3 with a CDM, because I am a little bit worried about the defensive side of the game. I don't want to get overwhelmed by our opponents, because they do have a little bit of pace and they do have that attacking intelligence with, obviously, Pato, who is a sensational player. But look at this, early doors, we make a bit of an error. I thought they were honestly going to go for the chip to the back post, so I committed a slide tackle, and no, the player had plenty of time to go round the keeper, slot the ball home like an absolute legend. But we weren't done, we weren't out. William picking up the ball on the left-hand side, looks to play the crossing. Great cross, just fractionally behind Wallyson. He couldn't get enough of his neck muscles back to provide a little bit more power that he needed, which was a great shame. But Toro with an absolutely sensational ball into Wallyson, and Wallyson with a cross, a deflection, the keeper saves it, it's pushed onto the bar, and then it's slotted home by Santos, which is a great shame. But I've got to say, watch this replay. The reactions of the goalkeeper are sensational. Look at those reactions. Unbelievable. The player heads it straight at him, and he reacts like an absolute demon. Look at this. Bang. What a save. Absolutely. I've got to say, I feel really harsh that we scored, but we needed the goal, and I was glad that we scored the goal. But my God, that keeper's reactions were sensational at that moment in time. And as you can see, I dived in a bit early with the slide tackle. It led to the shot. The shot was deflected. I do feel that Lombard could have kept hold of that ball, but unfortunately didn't. We break down the right-hand side with Gabriel. He gets the ball in. Just not enough power on it, not enough loft on it, and we couldn't get the header. The referee blew the half-time whistle, and we were trailing 2-1, but we were well and truly in the game. The game was really an end-to-end game. The one thing we had done, which I was so chuffed with, even though we conceded 2 goals, was we kept Alexander Pato quiet. And even though we'd kept him quiet, we had conceded 2 goals. So perhaps tactically I was placing too much emphasis on keeping Pato quiet, and that led to some poor defensive errors, and obviously we conceded the goals. But there you go, that's the way it is. We have to learn from our mistakes, and learning from our mistakes, Tora in the centre of the park, picking up the ball there, robbing the player was fantastic. And look at the finish from Wallyson. Oh my days. Take a bloody bow. That is a world-class finish by an absolute world-class player. My love affair is getting deeper and deeper with this lad. I mean, look at that. What a finish. The cheek, the audacity, and how sensational it was to score such a brilliant individual goal. I really am so chuffed to have Wallyson. Sao Paulo, I love you. I absolutely love you for allowing him to be on loan at Bahia, because he is so much fun to play with. He is just unbelievable. We do push our luck late on in the second half, but thankfully Corinthians put the ball wide. I do feel the yellow card's a little bit harsh on Toro. He went in very, very hard in the centre of the park, but he won the ball, to be fair. And the one thing I did want to see, they're taking off Alexander Pato. So we had done our job. We had nullified him. We had conceded 2 goals, but we hadn't conceded in the second half. So that's a very big plus factor. A huge plus factor in my personal opinion. But you can see Corinthians were chucking the kitchen sink at us, but we were cool, calm, collected, and playing the ball away. Not so well at times, but it was just unbelievable, unrelenting pressure. But we were still cool, we were still calm, we were not committing fouls, we were getting the ball, distributing it. In some cases, if you're in doubt, stick the bloody ball out. And as you can see, the final whistle went. We did draw 2-2, but I take that as an absolute positive. I feel that was a fantastic result. Fantastic point, a much needed point. That still keeps us 11th in the table. I quite enjoyed the 4-3-3 formation. I found it brought another life to Wallyson. It just allowed him so much more movement. I found it really strange. He was interacting with Gabriel and William on a more regular basis. They were all interchanging, which was bizarre. So I decided to simulate the last game. It was against Sao Paulo. I didn't particularly want to score with Wallyson against Sao Paulo because I felt that would have been harsh. But William did score to make it 1-1, and I was fractionally nervous.
So it's more